Okay guys, let's do the tambourine that I said I'd do. Okay, you want to start by finding some tambourine on the internet. You want a piece of audio of a tambourine being played, and you want it to be tambourine playing, not where the tambourine's being bing, 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 hit on a palm of a hand like that. You want it to be where the tambourine's being swung backwards and forwards, like like that. Okay, it doesn't matter if every so often there's a palm hit for the tambourine, like hit hit like that, as long as you've got some shakes backwards and forwards in the piece of audio. Okay, so you get your piece of audio, and then you go into your project media and you do audio file, add audio file, select your tambourine bit of audio, add, it gets added in the bottom here, and then done. There it is, imported. Then you just drag that into your range area, right, and just it'll create an audio track automatically if you haven't got one to drag it onto. Boom, like that. And the track gets titled the same as the file. In this case, my file is called Tambourine 44.1k, so the track gets called that. Okay, so there's my piece of audio. Right, it's this long bit of audio. I've got some different tambourine playing here. There's that bit, there's this bit, there's this bit, like that. Okay, now just zoom in. Let's just make this deeper like that. These loud strikes, they're no good, but like here, the tambourine from this point on is being shaken backwards and forwards. Okay, it's okay, but it's too fast. That the bits in between here, but in between the loud hits, they're okay, but again, it's not a very good sound. So I'm going to go with this bit. Don't worry if it's too slow, because when we finish it can be made any tempo you like, right? Now this is going to be fine. I've got some shakes in here. These two are a shake, these three here are a shake, these louder ones are a hit where the tambourine's being hit on the palm. Okay, but we can edit those out, right? So you just want a section where you've got some shakes like these two here and these three here. So I'm going to go with this bit of audio, and I'll just start by trimming the region down a bit. So I've just got that bit like that. Okay, and then just double click and open it in the editor down here, the track editor. Now it's called the track editor, but this is really the region editor. This is the region, this is the region, this is the same as that. And really the only reason for this region editor, or track editor as it's called, is that you can edit the region here, you can zoom in, and you don't have to bother zooming in on the same region here in the arrange area, right? You can leave this at the zoom you want and work here. But this region here is the same as that region there. Okay, it's just a graphic representation of the file on the disk, right? So we're going to start by trimming the beginning, so it's right at the beginning of that first shake, like that. And if you click, anywhere here, you can put the playhead there, because then when you zoom, the playhead will stay centered or stay in the view, right? So just trim the beginning to the beginning of that shake, like that. Okay, next thing, I've got two shakes followed by a hit where it's being hit on the palm. I don't want this hit. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, so I'll put the playhead there and zoom in like that. Just chop at the beginning of this hit right there. Zoom in a bit more. Right there at the beginning of that hit, like that. And then I'm going to chop here at the beginning of the next shake, because this tambourine was played obviously to a metronome. These shakes are equally distanced apart, and that hit is an equal distance. So from that hit to the next shake is the same distance as from that shake to the next shake, and from that shake to that hit, and from that shake to the next shake. So if I chop here at the beginning of this shake and take this out, I'm taking out one gap, exactly the same as from here to here, or from here to here. Okay, so we just zoom in on that and just chop right at the beginning of this shake, like that. And then I'm going to get rid of this loud hit where the tambourine's being hit on the palm. I don't want that. Get rid of. Then just bring this and butt it up onto that, like that. Okay. And there's a bit of I've got 5 shakes in a row now. Okay, now the first one's got a bit more of an accent. Okay, these are all 16ths, right? Even though it might sound quite slow, these are going to be 16ths, these shakes, right? So I've got a bit of an accent on that one, and there's a bit of an accent on the third one, so I get like that, which is okay. Alright, so I just need these 4. Okay, so this, I drag that back. I want to drag it to just so I'm just coming in the beginning of that one there. So let's just zoom in like that and just trim this, come on, like that. Okay. Now I've got 4 shakes. Well, these are 4/16ths, they will be. Okay. So what I can do now is join these together into a new file. This edit. So we select the 2 regions, right click, bounce in place. This thing drops down. The title, the name, is the same as your original file, followed by _ BIP, BIP, which means bounce in place. You can rename it here if you want. I'll leave it set to new track, so it'll create a new track with a new file on. The new file will be a combination of these 2, right? So the new file will be put on a new track. The old couple of regions here that are the source for the new file, they'll be muted. Mute, look, source, mute. Bypass effects plugins, leave it like this. Overload protection only. Bounce in place. Boom. And a new file is created on a new track, and the old couple of regions are that created this file, they're muted. So we just get rid of those. Bring this up onto the original track. Delete the newly created track. Okay, so now our two edits have been joined together into one chunk. This is going to be 1 beat, 4/16ths, like that. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is snap this exactly to a bar line, right? Like there or there. Now you need to snap this exactly. So to do that, go to your snap here and set it to snap region to absolute value. Then change your snap to bar. On the front of this will now snap to any bar line. Boom, snap like that. Snap, snap, snap. Okay, so it's snapped exactly on a bar line now. Then go back to your snap, set it to relative value, and set it back to smart. Okay. Next thing, we need to copy this over now, because this is 1/4 beat with 4/16ths. We need 4 of them. So Alt, drag off a copy, and then in the editor here, we'll just join them together. Just bring this in and butt it to the back of the previous one, like that. Doesn't matter if it overlaps a fraction, as long as there's no gap. Okay. Like that. Okay, then we get these 2, and Alt, drag off a copy, these 2 get butted onto those 2. Bring them in, butt them onto the end like that. Yep. Now let's just zoom in and check there's no gap there. Nope, good, right. Okay, and there we have it. And you know, because the tambourine's been played to a metronome, this should all be in time. It should be really tight, but we can make it, it doesn't have to be ultra accurate. We can, as long as it sounds rhythmically good, we can tighten it up afterwards with flex. Okay, so there's 1 bar's worth of tambourine. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, 4/16ths in each beat. Okay, now if the first strike is a little bit louder, that's okay. The first strike in each cluster of 4, because they're going to be the 1/4 beats. It's the 3 after that in each 1/4 beat that need to be swung backwards and forwards, not struck. Okay, so select all these, right click, bounce in place again, and bounce them down to a new file. Leave this all as it is. Boom. And I've created a new file from these 4. There's the new file. These 4 get muted. The new file's put on a new track, so we just get rid of these, we don't need them anymore. Bring this up onto the original track, get rid of the newly created track. And there's our tambourine loop, a bar long. Okay, 1/4 beat, 1/4 beat, 1/4 beat, 1/4 beat. 4 clusters of 4, making 16ths across a whole bar. 16/16ths, right? Okay, and this is exactly on a bar line. Okay, but if we drag a bar cycle range, it doesn't fit the cycle range, and that's the next thing to do. So we go to the file editor here, and now we're looking at the actual file editor, This is the file on the disk, the newly created file. If it's not highlighted in grey and selected like that, just Alt with this editor here, Command A and select it all. And then we've got a 1-bar loop and a 1-bar cycle range. So we go here to Functions, adjust tempo by selection, the loop, and locators, the 1-bar cycle locator left right range. So if we select this, it's going to adjust the tempo so that the selection 1-bar loop fits the 1-bar cycle range. Boom. Do it globally and your project tempo will be changed so this 1-bar loop will fit a 1-bar cycle range completely. Boom. There. And my project tempo has been changed to 68.0905. Okay, so this 1-bar loop fits a 1-bar cycle range at that tempo. Now don't worry that your tempo is an odd fraction, it doesn't matter. Okay. Point is, it now cycles round perfectly. Okay, and that's it. Now we just make an Apple loop out of it. Right, so right click on the region, add to loop library. This box pops up. Right, now you title your loop here. I'm going to call it Tambourine. I'm going to call it Tambourine underscore QQQQQQQ like that. It's a loop, so loop should be ticked. The scale and genre here, they don't matter, leave those. The different, I don't know what these are called, moods or whatever, these, it's irrelevant. You can leave it on single or choose any of them, it doesn't matter. But you want to, in here, this is the important bit, the descriptor, percussion tambourine. You've titled it, loop, percussion tambourine, create. And oh, there it is, done. Okay, and now it's in your Apple loops here. Choose tambourine, and there it is, look, tambourine QQQ. Okay, so we'll get rid of this audio file here, like that. And in your project audio, there's all the bits from where you were constructing it here, look. Right, that's the original, these are all the bits. You can get rid of those if you like. That's the tambourine I had already imported into the project. Okay, these are the original, you know, any tambourine bits here that are left, you can get rid of those if you want, because it's in your Apple loops. Okay, so it's an Apple loop now in your loop library, which means it'll fit any tempo automatically, right? So if I change my tempo now to 90 beats per minute, drag the loop in, it'll automatically fit. Gets time stretched. Change the tempo to 80. It just changes automatically to fit. Time stretches automatically. Change it to 60. Again, or 66. It'll automatically time stretch to fit. Like that. Okay. So, let's close that. I've got a beat here, a basic MIDI beat. Okay. Let's change the tempo to 76. Bring the loop across it. You know, as soon as I change the tempo, it automatically time stretches, so it fits the loop now. The MIDI drum loop. Like that. Now, if you want to tighten this up even more, there's no swing on this loop. It's just regular 16th quantize, right? So you switch on flex. Switch on flex for your track here with the tambourine, and it gets analysed like that with the little lines, right? See the little lines there? Okay. Set the flex to rhythmic, and then up with the region selected, up here in the region parameter box, you can quantize it to 16ths, and that'll just tighten it that little extra smidge further if needs be. So it's exactly quantized to 16ths. But you can quantize it to anything you like, right? So if I get my MIDI drum loop here, and I get that region, and I quantize it here, so I'm quantizing the whole MIDI region to 16 swing D, so I've got a swing drum loop. Right, I can quantize the swing on the tambourine, right? It's already got the flex on. select it, go to its region parameter box here and set it to 16 swing D, and it gets the swing applied to it. Now you can apply any quantize to this, as long as it's a 16th quantize, because you've got 16ths. There are 16 hits across a bar. Okay. So, there you go. That's how you make your tambourine, and you can apply those principles to making any kind of loop. Alright. Hope that's useful, and I'll see you for the next one.